If you've been dodging phone calls from a number you don't recognize because you're scared it's a medical debt collector, you are not alone. Not even close. According to the Kaiser Family Foundation, roughly 100 million Americans, that's about 4 in 10 adults, are carrying some form of medical debt right now. And here's the part that's going to make you sit up straight: a huge chunk of those bills contain errors, and collectors are routinely breaking the law trying to collect on them. Today, I'm going to fix that. Because debt collectors have rules they must follow, and once you know those rules, the power shifts from them to you. Hey there, and welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad you're here. For the last 15 years, I've helped patients just like you go toe-to-toe with hospitals, insurance companies, and yes, debt collectors. And I've watched everyday people erase tens of thousands of dollars in medical debt, just by knowing a few key rules. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly what medical debt collectors can and cannot do to you. We'll cover your federal rights, the brand new protections from 2022 and 2023 that almost nobody is talking about, and I'll give you a 5-step action plan you can start using today. Stick around until the end. I'm going to walk through a real-life example where a viewer named Maria knocked a $4,800 collection bill down to zero. You'll see exactly how. Before we dive in, this video is for educational purposes only and is not legal or financial advice. Always consult a qualified professional for your specific situation. Alright. Let's start with what collectors are legally allowed to do, because I don't want you panicking when they do something that's actually within the rules. First, they can contact you. By phone, by mail, by email, and now even by text message. That's all legal. Think of a collector like a salesperson. They're allowed to knock on your door, but there are strict rules about how and when. They can call you between 8 a.m. and 9 p.m. in your local time zone. That window comes from the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, the FDCPA, which is the main federal law protecting you. We'll come back to that one a lot today. They can also report the debt to credit bureaus, but, and this is huge, only under specific conditions we'll get into in a minute. And finally, if all else fails, they can sue you in civil court to try to get a judgment. That's the list of what they can do. It's actually pretty short. Now let's talk about the much longer, much more important list, what they absolutely cannot do. This is where most people get taken advantage of. Because collectors know that the average American has no idea what's actually illegal. Number 1, they cannot call you before 8 a.m. or after 9 p.m. If your phone is ringing at 7 in the morning or 10 at night, that's a violation. Number 2, they cannot call you at work if you've told them, verbally or in writing, that your employer doesn't allow personal calls. One sentence on a phone call. That's all it takes to shut that down. Number 3, they cannot tell other people about your debt. Not your neighbors, not your coworkers, not your in-laws. They can only ask third parties for your contact information, and even then, they can't mention they're calling about a debt. Number 4, they cannot use abusive, threatening, or obscene language. They cannot threaten violence. They cannot threaten to arrest you. Medical debt is a civil matter, not a criminal one. Nobody is going to jail over a hospital bill. If a collector says otherwise, they're breaking the law. Number 5, they cannot lie. Not about the amount you owe, not about who they are, not about being attorneys when they're not about pretending to be from the government. According to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, misrepresentation is one of the most common collector violations, and one of the easiest to prove. Number 6, they cannot take money from your bank account or garnish your wages without first suing you and winning a court judgment. If anyone tells you over the phone that they're about to garnish your paycheck tomorrow, that is not how this works. That's a scare tactic, and it's illegal. And number 7, this is the magic one, they cannot keep contacting you if you tell them, in writing, to stop. It's called a cease and desist letter, and I'm going to show you how to use it. Now here's where it gets exciting. In the last few years, the rules around medical debt have completely transformed in favor of consumers, and most people have no idea. Starting July 1, 2022, the three major credit bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, agreed that any medical debt you've paid off will be removed from your credit report. Gone. Even if it was there for years. Then in 2023, they took it even further. Any medical collection debt under $500 was removed from credit reports entirely. According to the credit bureau's own announcements, this wiped out roughly 70% of medical debt that had been showing up on consumer credit reports. On top of that, you now get a full year of grace before any unpaid medical bill can even appear on your credit report. So if a hospital sends a bill to collections tomorrow, that collector has to wait 365 days before they can ding your credit. That's a year to dispute the bill, negotiate it, or apply for financial assistance. Why does this matter? Because the biggest weapon collectors have ever had is the threat of damaging your credit. And that weapon just got a whole lot weaker. Okay, let's get practical. Here's exactly what to do if a medical debt collector is contacting you right now. Grab a pen. Step 1. Request a debt validation letter. Within 5 days of first contacting you, a collector is legally required to send you something called a validation notice. But you can also formally request one in writing. This letter has to prove the debt is yours, who the original creditor was, and how much you actually owe. You have 30 days from first contact to request this, so don't wait. Here's the secret: when collectors get a validation request, somewhere between 30 and 50% of the time, they can't actually prove the debt. The paperwork is incomplete, the records got lost when the debt was sold, or the amount is wrong. And if they can't validate, they legally have to stop trying to collect. Step 2. Request an itemized bill from the original hospital or provider. Not a summary, an itemized bill with every single charge, every billing code. According to NerdWallet and multiple peer-reviewed studies, roughly 80% of medical bills contain at least one error. 80%. You wouldn't pay a restaurant bill without looking at it, don't pay a hospital bill that way either. Look for duplicate charges, services you never received, and charges for things like room fees on days you weren't there. I've seen viewers find thousands of dollars in errors this way. Step 3. Apply for financial assistance, even after the bill went to collections. Every nonprofit hospital in America is legally required under the Affordable Care Act to have a financial assistance program. Many people qualify for partial or even 100% forgiveness based on income. And here's the kicker: you can apply even after the bill is in collections. Most people don't know that. Step 4. Negotiate. Collectors often buy medical debt for pennies on the dollar, sometimes as little as 4 cents per dollar. So when you offer 25 or 30 cents on the dollar, they're still making a profit. Always negotiate in writing, and always, get a pay-for-delete agreement in writing before you send a single penny. That means they agree to remove the collection from your credit report once you pay. And step 5. Know when to send a cease and desist letter. If a collector is harassing you, calling at all hours, or you've simply decided you don't want to be contacted anymore, send a written letter, by certified mail, with return receipt, telling them to stop all communication. Once they receive it, they can only contact you one more time, to tell you what their next step will be. That's it. Let me show you how this works in real life. I want a tea.